have this 2017 GTR. Has supposedly some 1700 cc injectors. It is on E85. It's the flex fuel kit. The owner already purchased it like this. Hello. The owner is on his way to watch the car get tuned and to pay. Supposedly upgraded turbos, but me and George looked at it and it doesn't seem like it has upgraded turbos. They look stock, but I wanted to verify when I did a baseline pull, but I don't know who tuned the car. The new owner doesn't know, but I had to let off at 5,400 RPM because it started to sputter a little bit during the pull. Obviously, I was monitoring it and it didn't look good. It looked decent here. Like, I would say, yeah, definitely. Let's just say 100% good under 4,500. And then after that, I started noticing a little bit that wasn't too good, but safe enough to take it a little bit higher. But then right there I let off because it didn't even feel good. It didn't sound good, and the log showed it was not good. So I'm not sure if this is why the guy sold it, but I feel like it just needs a tune. And we're gonna see if when I start tuning it, if it in fact does have upgraded turbos, because the GTRs, once you get towards red line, let's just say after 5,000, the boost starts to drop. For example, you could hit 20 pounds if you want, 4,000, 45, 48, but then it's just going to stop boosting that high and it's going to drop. So that's how we're going to know. We're going to be able to tell. Other than that, it is on a stock intercooler, so that's not recommended for any aftermarket turbo kit. Alright guys, so this one verified does not have aftermarket turbos. They are stock. Some of the aftermarket sensors are not aftermarket. They're actually stock because they don't read correctly, and when I put them to read, when I calibrate them to read stock, everything lines up. So it seems like the previous owner might have been lied to by whoever did the work. And then the tranny, actually, once the car warms up, after a couple pulls, it gets stuck in park as a safety mode. So the owner came and I asked him if he has a problem before, and he said yeah, that it gets stuck. So I was like, okay, so we're having the same problem. So the tranny was still tuned by the other tuner, so I went ahead and started off with just a stock file for the transmission. As soon as I put the stock file and turned on the car, the transmission threw a bunch of codes, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe whoever tuned it turned off the transmission codes, which you're not supposed to do. So once I said I put the stock file on there for the transmission, and then all these codes came up. I was like, okay, let me copy these codes down and let me assume this is what the other tuner did. And I went ahead and turned those off, and sure enough, the same thing happened. The light was not on, but I had the problem. So I was like, okay, this has to be what that guy did. And then again, that's when the owner was here. He came and he told me he has a problem. So I told him everything I found out, and he's like, obviously not happy that the car doesn't have most of the parts or half of the parts that were listed, but we all feel like the previous owner is the one that got scammed, and maybe he found out, that's why he sold it. I feel like this is one of the main problems why he sold it, because the transmission gets stuck in park. Yeah, but the new owner, he told me when he would go full throttle that the check engine light would just go crazy and the car would sputter. So it doesn't do that anymore. I already tuned it. The car, I did not push it. So right now we're making 540 on E60. So that's basically 91 numbers, but 91 octane numbers, but we can't go more because of the transmission. So it already starts to slip. So obviously the transmission has some problems. The new owner, he's just gonna get a built transmission, get the turbos. Well, he said he's gonna drive it around like this until the transmission blows and the turbos blow. But he was already driving it like this, so who knows when that's gonna happen. At that point, obviously, he's gonna need all the aftermarket sensors. But yeah, that's it for this one here.
I'll let you know if you hit the curb.
Oh, stop trying to be in my video.
Yeah, try to make it into that middle lane. Corey's car is way too thick. Who needs it? There you go.
What is that?
Oh, is this the middle?
Yeah, it's the middle piece where it spins the front blade and the rear blade.
The shaft. Fuck, I gotta swap over the fucking lanes game. Ah, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck?
It's fake.
What the fuck?
It's gonna blow. It broke down. Huh? They're discussion. Semi-hard. Sure, semi-hard. You're crazy.
Oh.
Guys, January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year's. I have this 370Z 2017 or 15. It has stock intakes, Tome exhaust, and it is on the flex fuel kit. So I just installed the flex fuel kit and the injectors. That way they won't have to have dual maps. They could just mix the fuel if needed. And then I'm about to start this one, so that should be it for this one here. I'm not going to record the rest because it's already pretty late, and I already want to go home. What's up, guys? I got this 2014 Q50. This one was towed in because it doesn't start, so I just got here and George told me he talked to this guy sometime last week. From what George told me is this car got tuned, I'm assuming sometime last week. The tuner flew from another state and they had a dyno day somewhere here in the IE, and they were able to dyno it, and I guess he was driving home. This car is on M5. It has 4 maps. I just checked it right now. But they were driving it home and everything was fine, and according to the owner, the car just shut off and it doesn't start. So I have not done anything yet. I'm about to crank it to see if it starts. Maybe it's just gonna start now. Who knows what's gonna happen. If it doesn't start, then at that point, you know, There's a lot of things we have to look into. It could be the motor, it could literally be sensors, or I don't know, fuel pump went out. It could be the tune, even though it survived the dyno and they're driving it home, not tuned properly. Something like that could happen. There's a lot of details on how that exactly happens, but I'm not going to go into detail like that. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and log it and see if it turns on. If not, the next step would be for me to I'll have to make up a tune. So I'll make a startup tune for this car on M5. It has a 1050cc injectors from Injector Dynamics. I have no idea what fuel pump is in there. This guy does have a fuel pressure regulator and a gauge. It's over there, separated, and it builds pressure with the ignition on. But again, I have yet to start the car, so I don't know. Let's see. I just don't want to waste the battery. Oh, well, the battery doesn't even work. So now I got to bring the charger. He probably drained it trying to start the car so many times. But now I got to go get the freaking charger. Man, this looks like weird. Like it's clean in a way, but I don't know. And that doesn't even do anything. Alright guys, so December 29th. Is that a Friday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I hooked up the charger, but I forgot to turn it on. Hold on. Sorry. It's been about 20 minutes. Let's see if this battery is charged. Wow. Maybe there's something wrong with the battery. The terminals look pretty tight. I'm gonna double check it, because now it just sounds like it's not making a good connection. Actually, so I haven't gotten out of the car yet. I'm gonna go check the battery again. I'm pretty sure the terminals are good, because I remember trying to move them when I was putting the charger on there. It's possible that the motor seized after the tune, so I'm gonna have to tell George that. So maybe try another battery. But I mean, I already have the charger on there and it's reading the voltage. I can hear the fuel pump turn on and everything else powers on. Let me see here. If I log the battery, it shows that the voltage is good. It's really good, actually. Guessing the motor seized after the tune. I'm gonna have to confirm that with George. He's gonna have to have the guys push it in, and they're gonna have to well, actually they don't have to push it in, just have someone try and spin the crank. If it doesn't spin, then yeah, the motor seized. Then most likely that would have to do with the tune from his tuner that he got a couple days ago. So yeah, that would that would really suck. It doesn't even have a lot of miles. The car's really clean. You can tell that he takes care of it. So I'm gonna just double check the battery and then tell George. Alright guys, so actually it turns out that this car here, the motor is actually seized. So I tried to spin it. I tried to spin the crank manually and it didn't turn. So I had one of the other guys try it out as well, and it didn't work. And then George tried it and it didn't work. So obviously it should spin freely in park or neutral. It's always going to be a little bit hard to spin it, but it's going to spin. And once it starts spinning, you know, you can keep turning it. This one just didn't want to turn at all, no matter how hard you try to spin it. So something happened to this car right after he got the tune on his way home, according to what he said. So pretty sure a rod is bent in there somewhere. That's why it just doesn't want to spin anymore, or multiple rods or something. No hole in the block because there's no oil. As far as we know, maybe the oil came out somewhere else, but I feel like the owner would have noticed that. Probably would have smelled as well. Or if the guy wants to leave it here and do a motor swap.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I have this 2014 Q50. It has Stillen short ram intakes, has full exhaust, dual exhaust. It is on 91 stock injectors. The baseline is the red line, which was 279 horsepower. The tune should almost be done. I am on the third pull, so it is at 288. So we have 9.2 wheel horsepower peak gains, but we have a lot in the mid-range. And then the torque was 238 before the tune, now it's 249, which is 10.6 pounds of torque to the wheels peak, and then the mid-range obviously more. So let's go ahead and do another set of adjustments. While the new adjustments are uploading, you can see the red line again, which is the baseline, no tune. You see that drop in power right there, and then it picked back up, and then we hit red line. That's already fixed right there.